There's manic depressive, then there's whatever's going on in the duo of Dylan and Laura. Welcome to A Runner Does Music, where today we're looking at the sophomore album from 100 Gecs called 10,000 Gecs. There's a shit ton of Gecs all around me. This album comes after the very flavorful Snake Eyes EP from earlier last year, as well as, of course, the debut album 1000 Gecs, which had the heavy-hitting early big-time bops, such as Money Machine, Hand Crushed by a Mallet, and of course many more. If there's one thing that's certain about 1000 Gecs, it's that nothing is really certain on that album, and those vibes just carry over here without flaw and without stopping. The measure of just how random, or at times fucked up, just for lack of a better term, they are, just switches trajectory every so often, and what other sentence can bring in the album than something like that? For the pure unbridled confusion that still manages to create some somehow vibier than belief music, let's just look at one of the first songs that really made me stop and go, okay? With Frog on the Floor. It's one of the first glimpses into that, again, just unbridled confusion that still somehow manages to hit just the right switches on the vibes. And it's just a little guy on the floor. He's just being complimented by an appropriately bouncy beat and up and down vocals from Dylan and Laura. They're just all over the place, just like a frog hopping around on the floor. There's a sort of lyrical comparison to be thought about in terms of the frog with flies in its mouth maybe being an allegory or a comparison to someone abusing drugs. But honestly, it makes a lot more sense if it's just a little froggy dude on the floor, bouncing around, eating flies, hanging out. Right after this is another seemingly nonsensical jam with Doritos and Fritos, except this time there's a semblance of a meaning that's a little more easy to digest. The song tells an almost transparent story about someone with an overly messy life, figuratively and literally complimented and embellished upon by the familiar Gecs lyricism. A lot of food and drink puns, some pop culture references, and a nice tight chorus that pays homage to an MF Doom line. This song is a really good middle ground of what to expect from the band. With a title like that, a lot of the lyrics pertain to the title, but also having some stuff that once you actually sit and listen to without just listening blindly, you understand, okay, there's something more behind that. It's a little bit of story in this soup. This song shows off the production work on display too, with the vocals pitched in such a way that it really feeds into the junk food frenzy feeling going on and feels like a sugar crash by the end. From electric goodness, and you're not going to be ready for this one, to a nu metal song damn near, the sixth song comes in and Billy Knows Jamie manages to flip the script instrumentally while retaining the charm and vibes of the duo in a large proportion. It's a perfect genre switch too. For a band mainly known for their out there takes on the genre, their songs with much more grounded vibes like this and the introduction to the album Dumbest Girl Alive have the punch, flair, and legitimacy to keep things interesting all the same. The song is a slap-happy one, detailing aspects about going through the process of taking HRT, being a trans woman, using illusions such as from getting bruises on her thigh, possibly due to injections, to doing signs on her face, making Dumbest Girl Alive one of my personal favorite songs on the album. The bottom line about what makes 100 Gecs a must-listen band and what makes this LP a must-listen release is the sheer unadulterated catchiness that drips from each song with little to no effort, it seems. Simplistic melodies and lyrics bleed into drawn-out sections, such as with the album closer, Me, 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 a song that actually released ahead of 10,000 Gecs as sort of a premiere single, without the album even existing within public knowledge yet, perhaps not even within the knowledge of the two behind the band. The alliteration used in the chorus and verse is as clean as the line about it being clean. 100 Gecs is a duo built on the idea that you can do electronic music however the fuck you want, as is evident from past hits like Money Machine, and is now made even more evident here on this album. I have nothing but positive things to say about them, both critically and personally, so much so in the fact that this album tops other releases within and outside of the genre with ease. For those reasons, 10,000 Gecs by 100 Gecs, there's so many fucking Gecs, gets a 7.8 out of 10, and that's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What's your favorite electric band besides 100 Gecs? If you say Pit Maneuver, you get a cookie, because that's my music project. Have a good day, stay hydrated, I'll see you next time.